The holidays are creeping up fast, and if your gift list still has some blank spaces, I've got you. Uncommon Goods makes holiday shopping stress-free and joyful with thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts you can't find anywhere else. These aren't generic grab-and-go presents. They're meaningful, personal, and they feel intentional, not last minute. One of my favorites this year is a tea advent calendar. My daughter's a big tea drinker, and this is the kind of gift that a tea drinker would love because it feels like you really thought of them. Uncommon Goods curates pieces that are high quality, unique, and often handmade. And there's truly something for everyone. Your partner, your best friend, the foodie, the book lover, they've got it. Plus, every time you shop with Uncommon Goods, they donate $1 to a nonprofit partner you choose. They've already given over 3.1 million. That's the kind of impact I can get behind. So don't wait. Make this holiday the year you give something truly unforgettable. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/Dr. Nicole. That's uncommongoods.com/Dr. Nicole for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. As we close out the year, I'm sharing some honest reflections, big life moments, and how I'm choosing to rest and reset before 2026. And I'm also going to talk about protecting your peace during the holidays, whether that means setting boundaries or even starting new traditions that light you up. This episode is all about tuning into what you need and giving yourself permission to honor that. Welcome to the Birth with Power podcast, where knowledge is power and power transforms birth. I'm Dr. Nicole Calloway Rankins, mom of 2 and practicing board-certified OBGYN with over 20 years of experience and nearly 2,000 births attended. I've seen firsthand how the hospital system can leave women feeling unheard and uncertain, but that doesn't have to be your story. Here, you'll get the knowledge, support, and strategies to take charge of your birth experience so you can walk into the hospital feeling calm, confident, and empowered. Note, this podcast is for educational purposes only, and it's not a substitute for medical advice. See the full disclaimer at drnicolerankins.com/disclaimer. Now let's get to it. Hey, before we dive in, I want to make sure you walk into your hospital for birth feeling confident, not confused. I created a free hospital tour scorecard that shows you exactly what to look for and what questions to ask on your hospital tour so you can tell if the hospital is truly set up to support the kind of birth you want. It'll save you time, stress, and second guessing, and it's completely free. Grab it at drnicolerankins.com/scorecard. Hello there. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Whether it's your first time listening or you've been here before, I'm so glad you are spending some time with me today. This is the final new episode of 2025, and it has been a year. It's had its share of challenges, growth, pauses, beautiful milestones, and I want to share a bit of my heart with you today. Now, I know it's a little early for an end of year episode. It's only mid-December, but I'm taking some intentional time off to rest and recharge. I hope you do too, and I'm going to talk more about that later in the episode. But first, I want to start with some reflections and big life milestones that happened for me in 2025. So big one, college send-off. This year, we sent our preemie baby off to college. My little one who came into this world 8 weeks early. She had a rare intestinal malformation called duodenal atresia that was repaired 3 days after birth. She spent a month in the NICU. That child is now walking around on a college campus, living her own journey. And it really is a beautiful thing to see her growing into actually a young woman and a whole adult. It's crazy. So if you are in the early days of motherhood, remember that those sleepless nights, prayers in the darkness, if you had a NICU scare like we did, you are going to get through it all. And someday you will be helping that same little baby pick out dorm decorations. She actually wanted me to do a lot of the dorm shopping with her, and it was really, really fun. Now, for our second daughter, we had a sweet 16 this year. My youngest turned 16 this year, 16. And I love watching her grow and just live her life. Honestly, she is the most organized person I know. She wakes up early before school to do yoga. She makes homemade granola. She spends 2 to 3 hours every Sunday cooking and preparing her lunch for the week. She honestly really, truly amazes me. And I am reminded every day as a parent how important it is and what magic you see when you give your kids room to grow, to become themselves. Even though I do want to hold on a little tighter as she gets older, but giving them that space is so, so important and really just magical to help them grow and be their best versions of themselves. Okay, another huge milestone for 2025, 20 years of marriage. Falcon and I will celebrate 2 decades together this year. 20 years and 20 pretty good years, I must say. And I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice. If you want a long marriage, a long, happy marriage, you have to learn how to grow together, even while you're each growing individually. You will not be the same people at 20 years as you were on day one. And that's a good thing. You should grow and evolve and develop. And if you stay curious, loving, and open to who you and your partner become, there is a lot of beauty on the other side of that growth. And then something else that happened to me this year, and I haven't talked about it at all yet publicly. This is the first time I'm even mentioning it. I have lost 20 pounds this year. I am nearly at my goal weight, and I used a GLP-1 medication, Zepbound, to help me get there. After hitting my highest weight ever this year and trying diet, workouts, lifestyle changes, all the things, and feeling really stuck, I decided to get that extra support with the GLP-1 because, yes, metabolism in your late 40s is different. You cannot tell me anything different. I'm telling you it's different. And I just didn't feel great in my body and I needed help. So I got it. And I am still thinking about what maintenance looks like. And I'll be honest, I do have some concerns about long-term use of this relatively newer medication. But I feel hopeful. I feel like I can figure this out in a way that honors my body and my long-term health. And if you are struggling with body image or wishing you had more energy or you want to feel more like yourself again, I see you. And I want you to know you are not alone. Now, if I can just get these perimenopause symptoms under control, I will be golden because my God, these night sweats are killing me. So I'm working on that. Once I get that, again, I will be super duper golden. Okay, so that's a snapshot of my 2025. Big change, big growth, big love. And I know that for many of you, this maybe was your first year navigating pregnancy or parenthood or postpartum life. Maybe you had to make some hard choices, whether it's personally or professionally. Maybe you even surprised yourself this year. Wherever you are, I want you to take a moment. I want you to breathe and recognize how far you've come, all of the great things that have happened to you in 2025. So I will always keep it real. And here's one truth we don't talk about enough. When you look at clinical research, women are often left out. Pregnant women, especially those from diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds, are routinely excluded from clinical studies that shape the care they receive. And believe it or not, many prenatal vitamins aren't even clinically tested. That's why Ritual caught my attention. Their essential prenatal multivitamin is backed by a 24-week human clinical trial. As an OBGYN who cares deeply about evidence, that matters to me. I love that every ingredient is traceable, third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes, and designed to support key nutrient gaps in the diet. Ritual is easy on the stomach, and it gives you confidence because you know exactly what's in it. That's why it's the #1 best-selling prenatal. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. My listeners get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/Dr. Nicole. That's ritual.com/Dr. Nicole for 25% off your first month. All right, now because it's the holidays, I got to talk about boundaries, but also I'm going to talk about permission. So this is super important. If you're pregnant, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to let anyone touch your belly if that's not what you want. Some people don't mind it. Some people really, really can't stand it. I have a really good girlfriend. She hated people touching her while she was pregnant. Now, I know people mean well. I know they are curious, but your body is still your body. You can smile and say, I'm just keeping this little one close to me for now. Place your hands across your belly to block them from touching you. Or just plain old say, please don't touch my belly. You actually really don't owe anyone any explanation. Also, I want you to watch out for your newborn too. If you have a newborn, set some firm but loving boundaries. Ask anyone who wants to hold the baby to wash their hands first. Make hand sanitizer available, and no kissing the baby on the hands or face. If they kiss the baby at all, then maybe kiss the baby on the feet or tummy, through the clothes. And this is not about being dramatic or being rude. It's really about protecting your baby from potential infection. Medical guidelines recommend extra caution with newborns because infants up to 56 days old with a fever, even if they look fine, they often receive quite an extensive workup, including blood tests, urine tests, and sometimes even an evaluation of spinal fluid. And not to create fear, but you don't know who might be carrying something contagious that could be harmful to your baby, even if they look fine. So when you set boundaries, it doesn't mean you are ungrateful or you're being rude. It means you're doing exactly what you are supposed to do, protecting your sweet baby. And the final boundary is you don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to go to every family dinner or holiday party. You don't have to be present. You don't have to present joy or hospitality just because it's the season. If you need rest, take it. If you need calm, grant yourself calm. Your peace matters. But, and this is important, it's also okay to say yes. Maybe this is the year you let yourself enjoy something different, something fun, something that lights you up. Maybe you want to go to a cookie decorating class just for fun. Do it. Maybe you always wanted to go on one of those tacky lights tours with your friends or families. Do that. Maybe you want to put up a fresh tree, a new color, a new vibe, just because you feel like it. I want you to let yourself lean into what your spirit calls for this holiday season. Don't let the algorithm or someone else's feed tell you what your holidays or really your life should look like. Social media can be beautiful. It can show us inspiration. It can be educational. I know I put out great content on social media, but too often we are starting to outsource our inner wisdom to what's trending or what's been posted. So this season, and really every season, I want you to tune in to you. Ask yourself, what feels good? What do I want to say yes to? What do I want to say no to? You know what's best for you, so honor that. And in the spirit of listening to what my spirit needs, I'm doing something different this year. I've decided to take the whole second half of December off from the podcast, from social media, everything. I'm giving myself space to rest, recharge, spend time with my family, reflect, and just be. And I am truly, really excited about it. But of course, I will not leave you empty-handed. I've curated a special postpartum replay bundle, a collection of some of the most powerful, nurturing episodes of this podcast to support you during postpartum recovery and adjustment. You will find that replay bundle right here in the feed while I'm away. And whether you're pregnant, postpartum, or just trying to catch your breath before the new year, I hope you give yourself permission to slow down if you need it. Step away from the noise, protect your peace, and cherish what matters. 2025 had its rough patches for me. I took 2 extended breaks from the podcast and social media. I questioned. I wondered what direction things were going, but now I'm ending this year with clarity, with energy, and with tons of excitement. The new course, the Birth with Power Pathway, will actually launch in 2026. I can confidently say that. I know I've been saying for a while that it's going to launch, so forgive me for that. But after like 8-9 months of reworking, rebuilding, reimagining, I am so close. This actually hasn't been a quick refresh. I rewrote, tightened in some areas, expanded in others to give you childbirth education that's informative and empowering for any type of hospital birth, whether you're low risk or considered higher risk. And then beyond that, I am leaning into systems level work for 2026. Obviously, yes, your education matters. That's super important. But the institutions, the systems, and particularly the culture around birth have to shift too in order for us to see the type of birth experiences that you deserve. And we all, birth workers, health systems, communities, we all need to prioritize respect, power, and autonomy. That is the world I am working to build for birth, and I invite you to come along with me. So as we wrap up 2025, I want you to remember this. You have made it through another year. You have grown, maybe even beyond what you thought was possible. So let yourself rest if you want. Let yourself celebrate. Let yourself do something new if you want. Reclaim your time, reclaim your body, reclaim your energy. Whether you're pregnant, postpartum, or again, just trying to find your footing, you are exactly where you need to be. You have done enough. You are enough. And let this holiday season reflect what you need. Let it honor what lights you up. Let it nurture you. Give yourself that gift because you deserve it. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening today. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend. Hit subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Remember, these Thursday episodes are just for subscribers. And come follow me on Instagram at Dr. Nicole Rankins. My DMs are open. DM me and tell me, what are you most proud of from 2025? Big or small? I'd love to hear it. And then do me one more favor. Come on back next week and remember to trust your power and take charge of your birth.